For those rugby fans counting down the years, months, weeks and days to the 2021 British and Irish Lions Tour of South Africa, there's plenty of summer test action to keep the appetite whetted. While England and Ireland kicked off their tours with defeats to South Africa and Australia respectively, Wales made it back-to-back international victories in the space of 7 days, following up their triumph over the Springboks with an impressive 23-10 success over Argentina, in San Juan. And Scotland evened things up among the home nations with a 48-10 win over Canada. With plenty to chew on over the weekend, we give you our home nation's team of the week. 15. Alamamus Wales. The Dragon star was promised plenty of action on tour by coach Warren Galtant, and has repaid the faith shown him by the New Zealander. Scored a try against the Springboks 7 days earlier, and this time turned provider with a sumptuous sleight of hand offload for James Davies' touchdown. Also a solid citizen in defence for the tourists. 14. Johnny May. England's Johnny May. Image, PA. The lethal Leicester finisher summed up England in a nutshell with a lung-busting start at altitude in Ellis Park against the Springboks, but as the platform up front was being eroded away, got little chance to shine thereafter. Cut a delicious angle, and executed an equally eye-catching pass for Elliot Daly's try and gave England hope with a stunning score of his own, as well as providing an assist when Owen Farrell crossed the Springboks' whitewash. 13. Henry Slade. England has the cut of an international rugby player after previously looking a bit lightweight for the life on centre stage in the Test arena. Was imperious early on in the outside channels and put in an offload to Mike Brown that was just outstanding. But he too suffered from a lack of a solid platform up front later on, though his defensive duties never waned. 12. Hadleigh Parkes. Wales. Hadleigh Parkes of Wales at the end of the game. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency, has superglue qualities in the Welsh back division in holding everything together. Does the basics to a superlative standard, whether making the hard yards in attack or the hard tackles in the rearguard. A tackle and strip earned Wales a key penalty on the stroke of half-time. 11. George North. Wales. George North scores for Wales. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency, back on the wing after a spell in the centre against South Africa a week earlier. He crossed for his 33rd try for Wales to take him level with Jan Evans as joint third on the all-time list behind Shane Williams and Gareth Thomas. Back to his destructive best with ball in hand, breaking tackles and stretching every sinew in the opposition defences. 10. Rhys Patchell. Wales. Rhys Patchell of Wales kicks at goal. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency, would have taken great confidence from slotting an early touchline conversion and kick well both at goal and out of hand, while getting the backs moving smoothly when he put the ball through the hands, making really good decisions. Looked very comfortable and assured in the pivotal role. Should start again next week. 9. Conor Murray. Ireland. Gareth Davies had some neat touches against the Pumas, but Murray shades it despite coming in for some rough-and-ready treatment from the Wallabies. Kept his cool until the latter stages when his swearing at the referee upgraded an Australian scrum to a penalty. 1. Rob Evans. Wales. Not a bad player to draft in as a late replacement for the injured Wyn Jones, particularly with rumours of the Pumas being back to their gnarled best up front. Earned a penalty at the first scrum and did a superb piece of work in defence to deny Marcos Kramer a try as he managed to get underneath a big flanker. Made 11 tackles in 54 minutes on the field. 2. George Turner. Scotland. The hooker was probably the most unlikeliest of players to record a first touchdown hat-trick by a Scot in Test rugby for 11 years. The Canadians really couldn't get their man at the back of Miles as all three of his scores came from surges close to their line. 3. Dylan Lewis. Wales. Dylan Lewis of Wales takes on Nahuel Tapia of Argentina. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. It's been said tight head prop could be something of a problem for Wales going forward. But perhaps Blues youngster Luis has provided the answer as crucial backup to Samson Lee and Tomas Francis. He was a solid cornerstone up against the much-vaunted Pumas scrum, and he just offers so much in the loose with his carrying, his handling, his tackling and his work over the ball. 4. James Ryan, Ireland. Ireland's James Ryan on the charge against Australia, in Brisbane. Image, Jano Searle, Getty Images. There was a hint of irony for Ireland's lucky charm in their second row as the Leinster man turned in arguably his best ever performance in a green jersey and suffered his first defeat as a professional rugby player. Worked tirelessly for the Irish cause, contributing one massive turnover against the Wallabies as well as putting in 6 strong carries and 16 tackles for good measure. 5. Adam Beard, Wales. The Ospreys rookie didn't look out of his depth despite the San Juan clash being just his third outing at test level. Showed up well with his close-quarter defense when Wales were under the cosh in their own 22 and put in no fewer than 16 tackles in all, an impressive tally, while used his 6-speed 8-inch frame to supply a steady stream of line-out ball. 6. Peter O'Mahony, Ireland. Ireland's back row were hopelessly outgunned as David Pocock and Michael Hooper reigned supreme. But in an often one-man Irish rearguard up front, O'Mahony was their captain marvel with a towering performance. Snaffled a key turnover in the first period and provided nuisance value on Australia's line-out throw while being a constant source of possession on the Irish put-in. And an added weapon to his armory came with a neat grubber through for Jacob Stockdale that just eluded the free-scoring wing. 7. James Davies, Wales. Wales have more riches at number 7 than a room full of Russian oligarchs. After Alice Jenkins' big performance against South Africa came an equally sublime display from the Scarlet Snaffler against the Pumas. Won 3 penalties over the ball, including a superb piece of turnover work on his own line in the first half, and provided classic open-side support to touchdown out wide, while making an impressive 17 tackles in all to earn the official Man of the Match award. Ross Moriarty of Wales is tackled by Marcos Kramer of Argentina. Image, Hugh Evans Picture Agency. 8. Ross Moriarty, Wales. The Dragons-bound back rower spearheaded an immense defensive effort from Wales, putting in a remarkable 22 tackles, more than anyone else on the field, and was ready and willing to make the hard yards in a real dynamic, physical display.